punt the ball deep in their own territory. Harding did. Snap went right over the head of the punter into the end zone, recovered by Ursuline for a touchdown. Ultimately, Harding lost by 4 points.
Who was the better team?
Oh, I thought Ursuline was a little better. I thought Ursuline was a better team. But I also think, as much as everyone wants to say, oh, God, Harding's an awful team, no, they're not. Harding's 0-4. They got 5 games left.
How's their quarterback situation?
It can
scares me.
It can
From
be
week 1.
better. It can be better, and there was signs of the quarterback situation being a lot better. Their quarterback threw a perfect go pattern to the big receiver, about 35 yards downfield, made the catch in stride, took it the rest of the way for like a 90-yard touchdown pass. There's potential there. I think Harding will wind up winning probably 2 or 3 of the next 5 games. And I honestly, if Ursuline can build off this win, they might sneak into the
How's Trey
postseason as
Donald?
well.
I mean, people aren't really aware of this kid. He hasn't had much film on him. For Ursuline, the linebacker.
He's good.
The kid that's back.
Yeah, he's good.
2 knee injuries.
Oh, yeah. No, he's good.
And he played some offense, too, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Wildcat or something?
He did. It was,
I like that kid a lot.
He's
Looks
a
like
good.
Sean Penny out
Well, I'll
there,
tell you
does he
what,
not?
the kid that I really like is their running back.
Oh, Floyd, yeah.
Oh, Joe is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Without
he was
question.
nails.
Without
He was very
He
impressive.
gives them a chance to win the game.
And Harding has an incredibly talented running back in their own right, number 2.
K-Ron Adams?
Yeah, K-Ron Adams. He's a fantastic running back. Look, I think both teams have, Harding lost. I think that they can. I think that they can salvage their season and come up with 2 or 3 wins. And I think Ursuline can build on this win. I'm telling you right now, people that sat back and put dirt on Mooney and Ursuline, y'all better get some shovels out, because it ain't time to put dirt on these guys, especially if they go and play the 2 New York teams this weekend. If they get victories there, those 2 teams might be in the Division 4 playoffs, and how cool would that be?
Let me ask you about some other thrilling games there. We have Salem here, obviously.
Sure.
Tonight.
And they won't lose another game the rest of the season.
What was the deal with Canton South?
Canton South is a fantastic team. That is, I think it's hands down the best team in that division. Louisville's down this year. West Branch is okay, but I don't think they're on Salem's level. I don't think Salem loses another game the rest of the year.
9-1.
I think they go 9-1, and I think they go into the playoffs.
That's as good a season as probably Bill Bourne years.
Absolutely, yeah. And this would be, if I'm not mistaken, the second trip to the playoffs under Coach Johnson.
Okay.
Because the first time they won their first game and lost to Steubenville in the regional semis, and that was when they were in the separate region from the Youngstown teams. Now everyone's in the same region.
We thought we'd have South Range here tonight with us. We don't, but they barely squeaked by with Brookfield.
Yeah, they had a little bit of injuries. They lost their kicker to a major injury during soccer because he was a soccer player. So I don't know what's going to happen there. They should be able to beat Crestview, who, for whatever reason.
Why were they going to Shaw? For nobody else to play in this area?
It's an independent schedule. No one else wanted to play. It's welcome to being an independent.
That's East Cleveland, Shaw, man.
They're a physical team.
Right there, man.
They're a physical team. They beat the snot out of Crestview. There are a lot of kids that went to the hospital that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough team.
Yeah. Any other games? Any other team?
Well, I think Canfield.
McDonald and Springfield local.
McDonald and Springfield from last week. I was very impressed when I saw McDonald win that game because I thought Springfield.
What kind of challenge is McDonald going to have this year?
Well, when you think about this, McDonald is a blown second half in Columbiana from being 5-0.
They should have beat them.
And they should have. Oh, they had them dead to rights.
Should have.
Yeah, they had them dead to rights. They should have beaten them. So you look at this team. That's a Division 6 team that, if they can come close to running the table, there's a pretty good chance they get into postseason. Now, Western Reserve, they're probably not going to lose another game.
Mineral Ridge?
Yeah, they destroyed Mineral Ridge. Yeah.
That's, again, not ready for prime time. And I hate to say that about struggles at Canfield, but I went to that game. I went to the first half. My strategy was they started at 7. I'd go and get a gauge of what that game's going to be like. If it's good, I'm there.
Yep.
If it's not, I'm going over to Boardman to start 7:30.
Yep.
For their 100th year anniversary and all that stuff. My daughter goes to Boardman, full disclosure. Went to Canfield game. First two possessions, fumble, 14-0.
Yeah.
How are they going to recover? And then besides that, they just didn't have the. They shut Willie Mitchell down. He looked good. Willie Mitchell looks great on the field. He looks like Tarzan out there, and he plays pretty good. He's good. He's a good player. They threw the ball pretty decently against Canfield. I was surprised they did that well.
You turn the ball
J.D.
over
Hall,
early.
quarterback.
Yeah, you turn the ball over and put yourself in a deep hole, especially against a team like Canfield.
Yeah,
you got no shot.
They just couldn't move the ball
Yeah.
consistently against them anyway.
I mean,
Canfield was pretty good on offense. I saw the first half. I left 34-12. I think that's 27-12, and ended up 34-12.
Canfield's a good team.
Canfield's a good.
They're a very good team.
Boardman just disappointing again as usual.
Well,
anytime they're ready to grab the
here's
prime
the
time,
thing.
they fumble it away.
You know, Gary, as much as we sit back and say last week's game was an important game, I think this week's game is 10 times more important than last week's game. Because here's maybe your final chance to sit back and say, hey, you know what?
Save your season, Boardman.
Those two losses, okay, it's on us, but we're going to redeem ourselves and we're going to get the victory over Canfield. If they can do that, everything's perfect again in Boardman. But
they just killed themselves.
absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
I listened to it on the radio the first half. I'm thinking, oh my God, to get there, second half's even worse.
Yeah, it's the same thing with what Struthers did. I mean, you can't turn the ball over against a solid team. Hell, you can't turn the ball over against anybody. You do that, you're bound to lose in this game. It's got to hang on to the ball.
So, what's your schedule this week coming up?
I got
on KBN.
KBN is going to have the Canfield Boardman game. They get the better game this week.
Yeah. Todd Thorne and company.
Jim Evans, Todd Thorne, Bob Gavalier, they'll be in Boardman for the Canfield Boardman game. Myself, Steve Leslie, Emily Tarantine, we will be in Niles for the Hubbard-Niles game, and that'll be 6:30 kick, 6:30 airtime, 7 o'clock kick from Bo Ryan Stadium in East Whitfield. Both games will be 7 o'clock airtime.
Saturday with the Penguins.
Saturday, 7 o'clock.
Anything going on with is Ursuline playing with Girard? Or?
Ursuline's playing in Girard. Yeah, Ursuline's playing the team out of Rochester in Girard High School.
Nobody's covering that?
No, we're not covering that.
Is that afternoon or
That's an afternoon game.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an afternoon game in Girard. And I think it starts at 2 o'clock. And then YSU's playing South Dakota State in the Ice Castle Saturday night. So it should be an entertaining game. Hopefully the fans show up.
And of course, can you make a prediction in Buckeye-Rutgers game? I know it's going to...
If Ohio State loses this game, y'all should just...
Okay, we won't, but so do you have a...
Yeah, you'll win by 24 points. Yeah, 21, 24 points.
You got to play the game.
Give or take.
And you're Irish or Notre Dame? Fighting Irish?
I was impressed by what they did against Michigan State. I really was. I was impressed. And poor L.J. Scott. I mean, he got... we didn't see him fumble in high school. We didn't see him do stuff like this. He goes into the end zone, and I thought, okay, I mean, L.J. is going to take it into the end zone. He fumbles the ball at the 1 yard line. I'm like, we didn't see this in high school. And I felt bad for the kid because he was immediately in the doghouse as soon as that happened. You didn't see him for a series. And I'm like, all right, come on, get him back in the game, let him redeem himself. He didn't look great. He didn't look bad. Notre Dame, I was impressed with. They did a nice job against Michigan.
Before you go, where you stand on Youngstown State, what's your day like? Describe it on this big day, Saturday coming up.
Saturday is
for you.
I'm going to be doing my Saturday morning high school show from 8 to 10
at the station.
At the station.
Call in 8 to 10.
8 to 10. 330-965-1390.
What do callers talk about their games last night?
Yeah, the games last night. I get some coaches on, and we go from there. I'll have a few days or a few hours to myself. Saturday, I'll get to the stadium around 4:30, 5 o'clock. I'll probably 4:30. I'll set all that stuff up.
What reward do people get for meeting you on Saturday at the tailgate lot?
I have no idea.
No phone pictures or
no,
plastic pictures you hand out.
Seriously,
yeah?
The only thing, if I gave away a picture, if I gave away a picture for someone, I would fully expect them to have problems with mice, rats.
No, they won't have problems anymore.
They wouldn't have problems anymore. Exactly. My face will kill all rodents in your house. So, I mean, if you got rodent problems, take a picture of this face. It's all over with.
And then Bob Hand, he'll be probably maybe our guest next week on the show.
Yeah, you hope so.
And then he has you're on with him after the game.
Yeah, he pretends to be a big leaguer sometimes.
Yeah.
He is. It's former TV.
He was at the Ohio State game with his daughter last week.
Oh, that's good for him.
Penguins had the day off.
All right.
And he joined us at the tailgate.
There you go.
While.
Okay.
Had some good times, and I think he'll be here maybe next week. We
Right,
tried to
that's
get him
good.
tonight, but he couldn't make it. So.
Well,
Thanks for coming in, Ron.
Thank you, sir.
Look forward to seeing you Friday before on your show on the radio station 2 to 3 on Friday.
There we go.
1390 the Sports Animal. And then
There you go.
Good weekend with the Buckeyes at Rutgers and YSU hosting South Dakota State and some great high school football games.
and don't forget about the boxing event that's going on in Youngstown for this guy too.
Thanks, Ron.
Oh,
Okay, we'll be back with
keep
more.
that away. Woo, man, people are looking back going, oh, I don't need to see that.
We'll be back with more Yards After Contact from Kelly's Bar, Maloney Avenue, in Youngstown, Ohio. Welcome back to Kelly's Bar on Mahoney Avenue in Youngstown, Ohio. This is Yards After Contact, and my guest now is head coach of the Salem Quakers, off to a 4-1 start. A little bump in the road here against this past week against Canton South. Overall, though, Coach, welcome to the show and congratulations on a nice start. Tell us a little about your team and how things are going so far for you.
Yeah, we did run into a bump in the road last week. Canton South's a real good football team.
Sure.
Got after us a little bit, and we played well. Don't lack effort at all. Played very hard. Just ran into a little bit of a buzzsaws there. But we've had a great start to the season. We have a very special team, a lot of great senior leadership. These kids it's the best football team we've had at Salem to this point, and feel really good about how we're going to finish this season and into the playoffs.
Tell us about the game. Was there any certain reason you, looking at films, you can put your finger on what happened?
Well, we didn't tackle well. We struck well. 92% of the time we had contact behind the line of scrimmage and just didn't get the guy to the earth. Young man they have out there is a real good football player that surprised us a little bit. Big, strong kid.
Running back?
Running back. Nick Blackmer is his name.
Okay.
About 6'2", 195, long-legged kid, great balance. We didn't play well on special teams, which is very rare. We gave up a kick return for a touchdown that was the turning point of the game after it was a one-score game, and
wow.
that really turned the tide a little
Second
bit.
half?
So, yes. We got a lot of things to work on. It's kind of a wake-up call, and you hate to have those, but sometimes you need them, and it's how you respond, and that's what we're looking to do this week with Marlington.
And you played at Riley Stadium. That's a nice little venue, is it not, Coach?
Our community's done a fantastic job. We're very proud of it. We just got a brand new state-of-the-art track surface, this fall. The stadium's a year old with the playing surface, and it's top of the art. It's just outstanding. And our video board and the things they're doing with that for the good of our kids and the excitement of our community is amazing.
Wonderful. Offensively, I know you have a couple of talents, obviously, and I'm sure there's more than that, but Nick Davidson is really one of the guys that stands out in my eyes on the basketball court as well. Last season when I saw him, and I know he's just got the stature of a what would you call him? Is he a drop back? Is he a dual threat? What is he?
No, he's more of a drop back passer. Mitch has worked really hard at his game, and he can spin it. He throws it very well, and his just command of the offense and his leadership is what's really improved so much this year. The game slowed down for him. You had 10, 12 games under your belt now. You kind of see the game a little differently, and he's done a great job. He's got a lot of targets to throw to. He's getting us in the right play. We turn a lot over to him, but like we always tell him now, when more's given, more's expected. So we got a lot of heat on him as well.
How long has he been your quarterback?
This is his second year as a starter.
And he's just been more than you expect. Is it your kind of guy at quarterback?
Yeah, he gets better every week. Wants more on his plate. Wants to do more things, and I have no reluctance in allowing him to do it because he gets it. He sees the whole field. He sees the whole picture. He throws the football where the defense tells him to throw it, which is exactly what you want at that position. And he's expanded his role as far as running the ball and moving the chains with his legs as well.
Talking to those guys a little bit earlier, and Chase Ackerman told me last year during basketball season, him and Nick have kind of grown up together as a pitcher and a catcher, if you will.
Yeah, they played together a long time. And you know,
And tell me about their stats from this past game, real quick, again, Coach.
well, the last game, Mitch was 21 of 28.
4.
300 yards and 2 touchdowns, no picks. And, you know, and even more importantly, I mean, he threw 2 away to avoid losses, and we had 3 blatant drops. So, I mean, that's on
Almost
target,
perfect.
24 of 26, and making good decisions, not putting the ball at risk. And Chase had 11 of those catches for 203 yards and a touchdown.
Crazy.
So, you know, when you got Mitch and Chase, you know, pitching and catching, you know, you got a pretty good chance.
You got more than that, yes?
Yeah, I mean, we feel real good about our offensive skill positions. Other guys can make plays, and that's what allows Mitch the freedom to throw where the defense tells him to throw it. It's not like he's looking for a guy. Though we have some guys we feel can be, you know, go-to guys, but the good thing is he's got 4 of them.
Tell us about Salem when you got there and now, and is this your team? Is this how you like it? Is this who
Yeah.
you are? Do you call the plays?
Yeah, yes. You know, Salem has never been known as a football town. I mean, it's a basketball school. It's a
Earl
track
Bruce,
school.
though. I mean, you know.
Earl did have some great success there early. And,
Bill Bourne.
but you know, it's we're very proud of what we've accomplished there with our program because we jumped right in and went K